the book Training Ain't Performance, the author explains that even if two people receive the same training and perform at equal levels at the training, their performances in actual job setting may differ. Employees are different individuals and they may choose to contribute to the company in different ways. Training, by definition, is the process of bringing a person into an agreed standard of proficiency by practice and instruction. Performance is a function of both the behavior and accomplishment of a person or group of people. Accomplishment is what remains after the behavior is completed, and a worthy performance is one in which the value it generates is substantially greater than the cost of achieving it. This book aims to portray what performance is and is not in the world of work, or the performance gap.
To better understand performance gap, we use Gilbert's behavior engineering model to identify key factors that can block or facilitate workplace performance. According to research from the book, 75% are environmental factors, including information, resources, and incentives and consequences. 25% is due to individual factors such as knowledge and skills, capacity, and motivation. Training doesn't equal performance. Because training can't directly be measured, however, performance can be directly measured through results such as product sales. Let's think about this. How would you feel working in a company where you don't know your coworkers or the working environment is unfriendly? Rodriguez and Son Company. Company Rodriguez and Son Company is a sports clothing and apparel company that has been operating for over 10 years. The main goal of our company is to bring motivation to every athlete by creating aesthetically appeasing apparel. Our slogan is dress well to perform well. This is a typical day at Rodriguez and Son Company. Workers are unhappy, dissatisfied, and feel discontented in their situation. Therefore, decreasing work performance and productivity are becoming quite apparent. Problems. Number 1. Employees don't know supervisor because they have little to no contact with them. In turn, they feel a lack of focus and direction. Number 2. Poor communication. Employees feel they cannot effectively work well with others because email is not sufficient enough as the only means of communication. Person-to-person communication is also needed. Number 3. Unfriendly working environment. Employees do not feel comfortable with each other. Cubicles limit movement as well as employee satisfaction. The environment is not conducive to employee creativity and growth.
Our case is we need to hire a consultant to decrease the performance gap and increase worker productivity. So here we are introducing our candidates. Candidate number 1, Grace.
Hi, my name is Grace. I graduated from Rutgers University with a master's in human resource management. I worked at Castellano for over 10 years with various experience in management from entry-level manager to director. I've dealt with issues for many large corporations such as communication, motivational, and environmental problems.
Candidate number 2, Maria.
Hi, my name is Maria. I graduated from Rutgers with a master's in human resource management. I've worked with company Johnson for about 5 years, but I've never really worked alone. I've always been like a supervisor, but I have dealt with various situations with like the human resource issues. But yeah, and I mean, I have the motivation. I think I can do it because I've been managing stuff for with the supervisor for a while now. I'm motivated. I think I can do it.
Candidate number 3, Stephanie.
So I graduated from Rutgers University. I graduated with a master's degree in human resource management. I internship at a company for about a year. So I shadowed the human resource manager for about that time. I don't, I don't have too much actual experience of not being outside of an intern, but I have the motivation. I feel like I can really do this.
As you can see, all 3 candidates have graduated with a master's degree in human resource management from Rutgers, but they all have different experiences in the workplace.
Suggestions by candidates. Candidate number 1, Grace.
I don't think it's the individual problem. It definitely has to be the environmental issue, and I think cubicles definitely contributes to that. So I think we should just take down the cubicles altogether and just create open office space where everyone can talk to each other and just communicate better. And in addition, I think we should have employee get-togethers so that everyone can get to know each other and foster good relations so that there'll be a better community at work.
Analysis for consultant number 1. She thinks that is not individual factor but an environmental issue. The cubicle is contributing to the lack of communication, so they should be removed to create an open space office. Also, she suggests that more employees should have get-togethers for foster good relation. Candidate number 2, Maria.
So after reviewing everything, I think the company has a communication issue. What this means is that I think the director or you aren't reaching out to your employees as well as you should. I think your resource is fine, the working environment's fine. It's just that the director just needs to take the effort to reach out to your employees, help them out. They might get intimidated to talk to you, so you should be the one that takes the extra step to communicate well.
Analysis for consultant number 2. She thinks it's a miscommunication problem, and she also believes that it's the director's fault for not communicating with his coworkers effectively. Also, resources given to him are sufficient. Candidate number 3, Stephanie.
So the concept today is that it's not the company's fault. It's the workers, the employees. They're lazy. They're complaining too much. They should have reached out to you a long time ago. They should have. They've been working here for 5 to 9 years. They could have found a manager to be able to find you and approach you about the situation. Now that they're gone, you're gonna be better off without them. You're gonna hire better employees that are more motivated. They're gonna be able to communicate with other people. They're maybe more friendly. They're always complaining. Maybe you don't need somebody that complains all the time. So it's not your fault. It's not the company. It's not the environment. This is great. You just need better employees. That's all.
Analysis of consultant number 3. She believes that the problem was not with the company environment, but instead with the workers. She also blames the workers for not performing well and reaching out to the director. So it's the employee's fault that they cannot communicate. Let's think about this. How would you evaluate these consultants? Who would you hire?
Our scoring key. According to the book, good consulting involves listening actively and completely, asking open-ended questions. We should use the filter, direct, probe strategy. Filter out surface words that the client is using and direct the client towards root issues and probe until ultimately the ultimate concerns are said. The client will realize that training alone won't lead to performance. When you do this, you are trying to find out the real business need, and you will end up finding out about real issues the organization may have. You should also confirm your understanding with the client and that you guys are both on the right track, making sure you both are on the same page. Report. Make sure everyone knows the plans. While everyone knows the plans, it will lead to good communication. In the end, make the roadmap clear. Know the expected results. This way, everything will be good.
Grace was able to realize that the underlying problem was in the environment and not in the employees. She offered a solution to encourage more communication as well as ways to foster better employee relations. Maria recognizes that it is a communication issue with fault at the director. She disregards working environment issues. Stephanie attributed all the problems to the employees' laziness. She disregarded employee feedback and blamed workers for not reaching out to the director. She also believes that the solution is to hire better employees. Company Rodriguez and Son decided to hire consultant number 1, Grace. In conclusion, even though all 3 consultants were trained and educated in the same manner, their suggestions were completely different. This is because how they transfer trained material matters. Therefore, training does not equal performance.